What's up, people? It's Outside the Ropes. I'm here to give my post-fight thoughts on May's first bout between Floyd Mayweather and Shane Mosley. And of course, it's no secret I picked Mosley to win the fight. Everybody who knows me, they know I'm a Mosley fan, and I was, of course, rooting him on. And I wasn't just rooting him on because I'm a fan of him and he's from my city. I really did think that he had a chance to win the fight. I thought that he was fast enough to be able to catch Floyd with his sneaky overhand right, and he did catch him with it in the second round. But after that, it was pretty much Floyd Mayweather from there on out. So in the first round, I gave it to Shane Mosley. He came out, he threw one good. The first punch I think he landed was a straight jab to Floyd's body, and Floyd smiled when he got hit with the jab, and I was thinking, okay, that he must have felt that jab. He must feel his power, because that's what Floyd usually does when he gets hit with a good shot. He usually smiles, and so I'm like, okay, maybe Shane does really have a chance to win the fight. And I gave him the first round. I think that he was a little bit more active. His punches counted a little bit more. It really wasn't, nobody really landed anything all that significant in the first round. But the first round I gave it to Shane Mosley. Mostly everybody at the party I was at said Shane won the first round as well. Then the second round came, and Floyd he tried to do his lead left hook that he likes to do, and he got caught with the right hand by Shane Mosley that buckled him. And I'm like, oh shit, already? I didn't want him to knock him out so soon because I wanted to enjoy the match. And Floyd recovered it from that one. But then he got hit again with another overhand right that looked like Floyd was about to be out of there. I mean, Floyd was hanging on. I've never seen Floyd Mayweather hang on to anybody like that. And he was holding on to his arm, and then after the referee broke him up, I noticed that Floyd's legs weren't quite under him yet. He was a little bit wobbly, and he even stepped forward and he threw one of the sluggish right hands that I had ever seen come from Floyd Mayweather. And I was thinking, he's really hurt, man. But then Shane, he didn't capitalize. That was his window right there, because I picked Shane to win by knockout, of course. And I didn't think that he really had a chance to win a decision against Floyd Mayweather. I knew that there was a small window of opportunity for him. He had it right there, and he just didn't capitalize on it. And to my surprise, and to Shane Mosley's surprise, of course, and probably a lot of people who watched the fight, Shane Mosley was backing up in the fight. Floyd Mayweather was actually coming forward. And when I pictured this fight, I didn't see Floyd coming forward. I saw him backing up, and he totally threw me off. Once I saw him in the third and fourth round, once he really started to come forward, and he landed a few clean right hands in those rounds, I was already thinking, what, it's over. Especially when Shane Mosley started to pop lock. He was out there trying to trick him and do all this, and I'm like, you can't do that to Floyd Mayweather. He's not going to fall for that. He needs to just throw the punch. And then his jab, Shane Mosley's jab, got really awkward. It was almost like he was throwing it upside down, like that. And I was kind of like, man, what are you doing, man? Snap your jab and set up for the right hand. From the second round, or from the third round on to the end of the fight, it was all Shane Mosley just trying to land one big shot. He forgot about setting up his punches. His jab was horrible. And you know what? I think that really what happened is Floyd, he started countering over his jab. Every time Shane Mosley would try to throw a jab, Shane Mosley, he would pull, Floyd Mayweather would pull back just a little bit and counter over Shane Mosley's jab with his own jab, which made Shane Mosley try to throw his jab all awkward like he was doing in that fight. And man, he looked old, man. He really did look his age this fight. I still don't think that he was too old to take the fight. I don't think that that's an excuse. I hope nobody brings that up, that Shane Mosley was too old, because personally I think that he was perfectly capable of winning the fight, and he just, you know, stepped in there with somebody who was just, you know, 10 steps ahead of him that night. You know, I was impressed by Mayweather. I was impressed that he took that big shot. You know, most guys probably would have been out of there with that punch, but Floyd Mayweather, he took it very well, and he recovered, and you know, he did what he had to do from there on out. And I take my hat off to him, man. He showed me a lot in this fight. He showed me that he can take a punch. He showed me that he can come forward and be the aggressor. He's not going to be so elusive and defensive-minded. And I even said that, you know, in my video, I said that this fight is going to come down to Floyd's offense. He's not going to win on pure defense. And I think that him and his camp knew that too. That's why their game plan was to come forward and press the fight. So no complaints coming out of me, even though, you know, I'm disappointed that my boy lost. You know, I'm still a Shane Mosley fan. You know, I've never gone against Floyd Mayweather in any of his fights. I've never picked him to lose, except for this time, because I thought that Shane Mosley really did have a chance, because, you know, with his speed, his power, I thought that he was going to be able to correct his jab and, you know, back Floyd up, get him on the ropes. But even in the fight when he got Floyd Mayweather on the ropes a few times, he didn't do anything. He stood there. He was hesitant. It was almost like he was afraid to throw a punch. And to be honest with you, man, I think Floyd even took it easy on him a little bit. I think that he could have stopped him. And, you know, what can I say, man? Another great performance from Floyd Mayweather. I was very happy with the fight at the end of it. Like I say, even though my boy lost, I felt like, you know, it was a fight, you know, worth watching again. You know, I couldn't say that about a few of his other fights, especially with the Marquez. You know, that was a little kind of a boring fight for me. But this was actually an action fight, and Floyd just, he got the better of Shane Mosley. As far as Shane Mosley, what's next for him, I'm not sure if he should retire yet. I'm not really sure, because this is Floyd Mayweather. He can't, I mean, he's embarrassed pretty much everybody that he's been in the ring with. So, you know, I can't say off of this performance if Shane should retire yet. I still think that there's a few guys out there in the welterweight division that he can beat. I think that he still has a shot against Andre Berto, I think, because Andre Berto is no Floyd Mayweather yet. You know, he still has a few things to work on, even though he has been impressing me as well. But I think that Andre Berto's footwork is still just a little clumsy for me. You know, I think that's the last thing that he's really missing. So I give Shane Mosley a shot against him. He can still fight Zab Judah. You know, there's still fights out there that can be made for him. I don't really want to see him go out, you know, with the loss like that to Floyd Mayweather. I think that he can probably get a couple more wins and then just throw in the towel. He shouldn't try to stick around like Bernard Hopkins into his 40s or anything like that, because he's just not. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the same skills, the skill level that Bernard Hopkins has. You know, Bernard Hopkins. You know, he's a smart fighter. He uses his brain in there, and he's very crafty. And I don't think that that Shane has that at this point. He never really was that much of a thinker in the ring, but he did have the ability to knock your head off. So that's what made me a fan of him, despite, you know, the fact that he comes from my city and whatnot. So I'm not gonna hang my head low. I'm still proud of Shane Mosley, man. He tried, but I got to tell you, man, I was praying, man. By the eighth round, man, I was praying. I was like, please don't let Floyd Mayweather stop you, man. That'll be a little bit too much. You hit him in the second round, I'll take it. Just don't get knocked out. So you know, that's my thoughts on the fight. Congratulations to Floyd Mayweather. Can't wait to see him in his next fight. If Pacquiao, you know, I'm kind of really done with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Kind of, you know, begging for that fight. You know, I'm kind of interested, even though some people think that he doesn't. Sergio Martinez doesn't stand a chance against Floyd. I disagree. I think Floyd could possibly still win the fight, of course, over a course of 12 rounds. But, you know, Floyd Mayweather, he's a headhunter. And I don't think that Sergio Martinez's head is going to always be there for that right hand. So it'll make an interesting fight. I'm interested to see how Floyd will adjust to a guy that's elusive and who's not going to be there for his straight right hand. But like I say, Floyd Mayweather always seems to have the great, you know, game plan put together when he goes in there. So that'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. And if he does decide, if Pacquiao does decide to take the blood test, then that's going to be a great fight as well. I want to do a prediction on that. I'm going to wait to see what happens before I do that. And you know, that's my thoughts, man. What can you say? Floyd Mayweather's the man right now, man. In the welterweight division, I really don't see anybody really fucking with him too much outside of Pacquiao, you know. But we'll talk about that at another time. Thanks for tuning in to the video. Till the next time, peace.